Hello, and welcome to episode 112 of Movies and Us. I am your lovely host, Marcus.
TJ.
And this is Movie Reach, other movie genre movies again sometimes. And today, we are reviewing the 2015 release of Fantastic Four. Woo.
We sure are.
This is the Fantastic and fourth telling of this f***ing series.
No,
right?
it's the third.
Fourth.
No, it's the third because this
Corman
is the
one?
Yes, and then then Rise of Silver Surfer is a sequel.
No, TJ. There's a Roger Corman one we saw, which didn't really get released. Then there's a 2005 one, and then the one after that, and then there's this one.
Yeah, no, the one after the 2005 releases are the sequel to the first one.
No, TJ. What?
Yeah, like this is the third origin telling of this.
Oh, I'm saying that's just the fourth Fantastic Four we're talking about.
Oh, as total.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so we're both right and both wrong. Gotcha.
You said retelling, so I just assumed you meant origin.
No. Okay, this is our fourth time seeing these guys. This is our third origin.
Yes, which makes it the only movie series that we've covered three origins in.
Batman?
Nope. Batman 66 was not an origin. It was a continuation of the TV show.
You have the Batman from the
Batman 89 was an origin. Batman Dark Knight was an origin. We haven't seen Batman since then.
But next time we do see him, it's kind of actually when we see him, they talk about his origin.
Yeah, no, it's Batman Superman. There's no origin there. We do get a
couple of movies, I guess.
We do get a Batman. We do get a Batman origin in the Batman 2020, but that's 5 years from now.
What about Superman? If you count the animated stuff, you got they talk about his.
We don't count. We're not counting the animated stuff.
Well, then why the f- watch those movies then?
I mean, because this is I meant as live action.
Okay.
Because I mean, animated. There's 1,000 movies. You know what I mean? We would have to compare, and we don't do. We don't know what they did Marvel-wise for Fantastic Four. I mean, if we're going to talk about origins, then we have to talk about all the TV shows and all this. I just meant live action. But Superman-wise, no. We only did...
the OG one.
And Man of Steel.
Oh, no, there's three of them, too. There's the OG, there's Man of Steel, and there's the shitty one, which was like a sequel, I guess.
It was a sequel. It wasn't an origin.
Yeah. Movie sucked.
And then if you want to even go even further, Spider-Man we've only done two, which was the original series and then Amazing Spider-Man. Sure, we're going to get one coming up, but this was before that.
The Tom Holland ones? Did they even talk about his origin? I mean, yeah, they do.
I mean, they do, but not really. They're not, and that's true too. And then even X-Men. X-Men has a series called X-Men Origins. That's only even two.
Okay, let's feel good about yourself.
I'm just saying, this is the third time we've had this movie's been rebooted. It's ridiculous.
And the fact that it's been bad, it's been gotten worse every time.
I wouldn't say the Corman one was bad.
It's gotten worse every time after.
Yeah, it's gotten worse. It definitely has.
It's like a bad phoenix. Every time it comes back, it's weaker and weaker.
But yeah, so this is another retelling of Fantastic Four.
Yes, it is.
Go ahead. Go into the credits.
So this movie was released on August 4th, 2015 in New York City, but August 7th, United States-wise, 2015. It has more time of 100 minutes, thank God. It was hour 40.
Yep.
Didn't feel like it, though. This movie was directed by Josh Trank. We're going to talk about him later on. Screenplay by Jeremy Slater and Simon Kinberg and Josh Trank, kind of. Produced by Matthew Vaughn, Simon Kinberg, Gregory Goodman, Hutch Parker, Robert Coulter. I got a Coulter. Starring forgettable people. We have Miles Teller as Reed Richards, Michael B. Jordan as Black,
Johnny Storm,
Kate Mara as White, Sue Storm because reasons, Jamie Bell as
I'll get into all that.
I know. Jamie Bell as
because I have answers.
Jamie Bell as
Ben Grimm.
Toby Kebbell as Dr. Doom, aka
Victor Von Doom.
I forgot, Reg.
That's his actual name, Victor Von Doom.
No, I know, but I'm saying the movie is just doing a bad job of that.
You'll get to that too.
Yeah, how can we never see Latveria? We saw the first one. That's the only good one.
I got a whole spiel about Dr. Doom coming up. Don't worry. I got two actually, two separate spiels.
You must like this movie. Reginald Urias Kathy. So Reggie Kathy as the Storm's
Dr. Franklin Storm.
And Timothy Blake Nelson as
generic antagonist.
Dr.
Allen.
That's what he is. Also starring
Don Castellaneta.
Dan or Don?
Dan, I'm sorry. Dan Castellaneta. He's Homer Simpson, for those who don't know.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, he plays Reed Richards' teacher as a kid, I believe.
Really? That's who plays Homer Simpson?
Yeah, I believe so.
No, it is. You're right. So it says right here. He plays The Simpsons. He shows Grandpa Simpson, Abraham Simpson, Barney Grumble, Krusty Clown, Sideshow Mel, Groundskeeper Willie, Mayor Quimby. Oh, and Homer Simpson too, yeah. And Hans Molman. That motherfucker, I've seen his face so many times, never knew he played Homer.
Yeah.
He's 65, but he looks way older. My God. No offense, bro, like, you're listening.
I mean, he's 55 now, or when this movie came out?
He's 65 now, so.
Okay, so was like 60, 58 in this movie came out.
He looks old.
I mean, some people age differently.
Yeah, I know. No one's as beautiful as me. Hey, Mr. Castanella, Mr. Homer Simpson, if you want to come on, we'll take you on and interview you and talk to you about shit, I guess. So.
Anyway, moving on. Tim Heidecker as Reed Richards' stepfather.
Oh, that was him, huh?
Yeah. And then we have Wayne. Oh, wait.
Mary Rachel
Dudley, because she's not in blue for some reason. She plays his mom. Wayne Pierre plays the science fair judge, and Rhonda Johnson Dance plays another judge. Chen Hanks plays Jimmy Grimm, which is Ben Grimm's older mother, and I guess they didn't want to credit Ben Grimm's mother in this because I don't see a name for her. That was them.
This movie, I guess we're on budget, huh?
Yeah, let's do the box office because the behind the scenes is going to take a bit.
Yeah. The budget for this movie is estimated around $120 and $155 million.
I have just a straight $120 million.
With that said, this movie grossed in so much money, guys. You won't believe it. It grossed in an astonishing $167 million. It barely...
I think I read somewhere that the movie's budget was $120 million, but the marketing put it over 200. So.
Which is usual. That's why a movie has to make at least double to be profitable. Right. And this is not obviously profitable.
No, this was a box office bun.
Yeah.
Despite its profitableness.
Yes. And with $167 million, it lands this movie in the top 50. So that's good, I guess.
I mean, it's not in the bottom 50.
No, so I guess I'll do 50 to 40, I guess. Yeah, so at number 50, we have The Hateful Eight. Talked about before, with $155 million, Tarantino film. At number 49, we have Ip Man 3 with $156 million.
What?
Ip Man? It's based off a guy who trained Bruce Lee.
Like IP or IF?
IP Space Man.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the first two are very solid. I stopped after that. They're good movies. Number 48 with $158 million is Goosebumps.
Oh, right. Yeah, I was about to ask you which one, and then I realized they didn't make more than one.
I think there's a sequel, I think.
Is there?
Yeah. At number 47, we have a movie called Focus, which made $158 million.
Which we need to do in this episode.
Yes. Oh, gosh, a Will Smith and Margot Robbie movie. It's about being a con man and shit. It's
okay.
It's a movie.
You saw it? How do you you haven't watched some of these movies you said watch, but yet you see some of these garbage movies?
Well, because I was young at the time, it was on TV, so I saw it and I sat there like, this isn't good. Okay. This is not good. I didn't go out my way to see it. It was just on. I was like, I can watch this. It's not good. At number 46, we have a movie called From Vegas to Macau 2.
To a cow?
Macau.
Oh, to Macau.
To Macau, number 2.
Okay.
Magic Hand Ken. Magic Hand Ken. That's a great D&D character name. Magic Hand Ken is living a luxurious life away from the stresses of the gambling world, and inevitable criminal elements. Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's a movie. At number 45, we have a pretty solid movie, a Spielberg movie. For $165 million, it's Bridge of Spies. It's
no idea.
During the Cold War, an American lawyer is recruited to defend an arrested Soviet spy in court, and then helped the CIA facilitate an exchange of the spy from the Soviet Union captured American U-2 spy plane pilot Francis Gary Powers. Based off true events. It's a very well-made movie. It stars Tom Hanks and some other people. It's a good movie. Okay. Definitely worth the watch. solid. Spielberg's a great director, man. Great director. Has not lost his touch. At number 44, we have Fantastic Four with $167 million.
We'll get into more in depth in that in a bit.
At number 43, we have another Michael B. Jordan film, Creed, which made $173 million.
I never actually saw any of the Creed movies. I should probably watch them.
It's probably the only Rocky film and Creed film I've seen all the way through.
Yeah, we got to get you to watch those Rocky movies.
They're
fun.
I've heard
the first one is really slow, but it's a good dramatic movie.
It is, but I got like 75% through it and I fell asleep and just never finished it.
Yeah,
but yeah,
but they get more and more ridiculous as they go on.
As I heard, yes. This Creed's a solid movie. It's a good movie.
I mean, at the core, the Rocky movies have always been solid dramatic movies.
Yes.
That's why they've held up the test of time. So
yeah, it's just good storytelling. It's just simple, good storytelling.
Yep.
With $183 million, at number 42, we have a movie called Jupiter Ascending.
I know the name.
It stars Channing Tatum, and no, that's the wrong one.
I want to say it's based on a book.
It's based off a comic series. This was directed by the Wachowski siblings.
Weren't they the Matrix people?
Yes, yeah, the people who did Matrix, and they did something else.
So they made one good movie.
Made one good movie. Made some okay sequels. At 41 with $186 million, we have what the fuck? Jiang Bing Man.
Okay.
Yeah, Jian space Bing space man. So Jiang.
I'm guessing it sounds Chinese.
It looks it. I don't know where the it says Asia Pacific market. So I don't know. China looks like, I guess, at least they China. So China.
Yeah, it sounds Chinese, but it could have been Korean. But I'm leaning towards Chinese because of the G.
Yes,
that just the consonants in the way the words are separated sounds Chinese. Well, I should say it sounds more Mandarin, not Chinese.
Jiang Bing Man, a story of a disgraced actor struggling to find a way back to the top, finding the meaning of true friends on the way. Oh, it sounds, you there?
I'm waiting. Yeah, just waiting.
Okay. And at number 40, we have at $194 million. That's a lot. A movie called The Intern. I think it's Robert De Niro. Yep, Robert De Niro as an old man comes back from retirement. Yes, 70-year-old widower Ben Whitaker has discovered that retirement isn't all it's cracked up to be. Seizing the opportunity to get back in the game, he becomes a senior intern at an online fashion site funded by and run by Jules Austin, who's played by what's that? Talk. You can talk.
I think we covered this in a previous thing.
We have. It's just I remember skipping these these five sections because
I think we did 40 to 30.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
At the box office. I just want to. I guess you guys do behind the scenes stuff. I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Let's get into the behind the scenes stuff because there's a lot.
Yeah, this movie was plagued with so much shit when it came out.
So I want to preface this entire thing with the fact that this is the studio says one thing.
Yes.
And the director says something else.
Yes.
So
there's bad blood between these guys.
We're gonna take the information how we get it. But before we even dive into the behind the scenes, I just want to explain my mindset going to all this. Because I almost went into this movie completely blind. I didn't even know who the villain was.
Yeah, and this is your first time seeing this, correct? I've seen this
first time seeing it. I have never. This is my first experience with it. Like I said, I didn't even know who the villain was. Like I had the villain spoiled for me by reading the behind the scenes first, but that was it.
Yes. If there is a villain in this, I guess, but yeah.
So, but the further I got into reading the behind the scenes stuff, the angrier I got.
Because we were talking about this last week, right? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, off camera. So yeah. So okay. So as you read into it, what made you angry? What made you
the more I read into it, to the point where I was like, I almost said, "Screw it," and almost scrapped the entire review.
Wow, TJ, come on.
That's how mad I got reading through just all the garbage behind the scenes stuff here.
You sound like an angry fanboy. So what made you triggered that hard?
So just let's back up even further here. Okay. Let's go into comic history for me here. I am a comic book fan, but I'll even go far as say I'm a comic book fanboy.
Yes.
I love superheroes. There's not many superheroes that I just hate. I find some of them bland, like the New Gods in DC. I'll read a Darkseid, a High Father story, or a Light Ray, Black Racer, or Orion. But me being able to list off just those names off the top of my head shows, that, I'm involved in the stories and stuff like that I've read them. I know who they are.
Yes.
Same thing with, like, the Legion of Superheroes. I find them bland and boring.
Yes.
But I don't really hate any superheroes. I like all the characters. I just hate the bad writing and oh, well, that's true. I do hate Spawn.
Yes.
Let me rephrase. I don't hate any Marvel and DC heroes. I forgot about Spawn.
Yeah, I've heard your rant many times on Spawn.
Yeah, no, you're right. I do despise Spawn.
He's black, but it's okay. It's okay.
Yes, because he's black. But with that all being said, with the exception of the Fantastic Four, I hate the Fantastic Four.
Why is that? I think we talked about this on other.
Yeah, we have.
As a quick review, why?
Like Sue Storm, Ben Grimm, the Invisible Woman, the Thing, Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, are all one-note characters in every iteration.
Yes.
Johnny Storm is reckless and rash, Ben strong and stupid, and depending on what era Sue Storm is, she's either submissive and smart or independent and then until she needs to be submissive. And then there's
right? Usually.
Yes. And then there's Reed Richards, who is a monster, and I can't stand. He's only rivaled by Hank Pym as monster is, but he's also at worst a pedophile, or if he's not, he is at least the groomer.
Yes. And
at least in this movie, they de-aged him to be Sue Storm's age,
which is good.
That's not. So they do fix that in at least modern iterations. But like it was super weird. It's always super weird, and like Hank Pym is definitely a monster. But like I don't hate Hank Pym as a hero, but like Reed Richards is just disgusting. So that's what I'm prefacing. That I hate the Fantastic Four. I do not like them. So we're already going into me not liking them.
No, do you not like them? Like, do you like do you care for the stories overall though? Like when you
some of the like when they're at their best. When they're at their best, they're just tropey superhero team. They have their moments. They're base, but every time they're at their best, they're just stereotypical. If you know what I mean. So it's like they're generic heroes. It feels like to me, like Mr. Fantastic Strexy. Ooh, there's no complexity to his powers or anything like that.
Nothing's challenging your brain.
Right. Human Torch can turn on flames. Ooh, like Superman, with the exception of the stretchy powers, pretty much had all of their powers at one point.
Yeah,
he might have even had their stretchy powers.
Probably.
So
there was a point where he could shoot small versions of him out with his fingers. So he probably was stretchy for a bit.
Yeah, so like it's just like they're one note in their powers and in their personalities. So it's like, okay, they're not that interesting. They're just kind of generic overall. But I get it. They're the first superhero. They're the first family of Marvels. So they kind of have to be around. I get it. But I just do not like them. And I'm just looking. I wrote all this down so I wouldn't forget.
Really?
Yeah, because I had a bunch of rants. Now, Doctor Doom is in this. This is my first of 2 Doctor Dooms. I'll get to the second one later when we get to the actual review. Doctor Doom is an awesome villain.
Very.
I hate that he's pigeonholed to the Fantastic Four. Why did they not use him like in other things?
Well, I guess.
Why can't he be an Avengers villain or something?
Because this is Sony?
Well, at this time, yes.
That's why.
But this is Fox, but they also have X-Men. Why isn't he in an X-Men movie?
Because it would confuse the fans. And where's the other guys at? That's why, TJ. The studios don't know how to.
I know. It's just like it's such a shame that he's pigeonholed into these garbage Fantastic Four movies.
And not just pigeonholed, but just like critically miswritten and just
it's like
used in the worst ways.
And like even in this, his character, since when is he in love with Sue Storm?
Well, he was in love with her in those shitty 2000 movies.
Was he?
I
don't remember that.
Oh, there she was. It was stupid.
Maybe that is a plot point, and I just forgot it.
That was the thing in those movies.
Whatever. Anyway, it just felt love triangle-y in this one.
I'll get to it in the review, but yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, now with all of that preface, now let's go into the behind-the-scenes stuff. Like, I just want you to know that I'm not coming at this from a place of love from the Fantastic Four.
No.
Now, with that being said, they probably got the worst person to freaking direct this movie. Because This guy apparently said he was a fan of the Fantastic Four, but apparently he's never read a Fantastic Four comic and only watched the cartoon that came out that no one's ever seen or
That's
cared
how you become
about.
a fan of it, because you don't have to like the source
Yeah,
material.
but if when you say you're a fan, that means I started with the cartoon that got me into the comic books.
Yeah, that's go more into it.
And then this guy didn't even seem to care to want to write a superhero movie.
No.
And at this point, we've had 2 Avenger movies that gives you a formula. They didn't even get the basic superhero formula down in this movie. This movie actually felt like a rewrite of the Roger Corman 1996 movie, only worse, because they had all the beats except for the last part of it that kind of made it cool. Like, it almost felt like the movie went into where they got caught by the government in the Roger Corman movie and then just stayed there for the rest of the movie.
Yeah, it's like, hey, we got a good premise, let's just stay here.
Yeah, we're going to just stay here forever now.
Yeah.
Well, okay, whatever. We'll get into it. We're not there yet. But, so there was a bunch of issues between him and the studios. Like, there was studio interference, but it sounded like the studio needed to interfere. And I don't say that often. But, apparently they did a what's it called when they pre-screen a movie? The test...
Yeah,
test screening. Like, they did a test screening, and Marvel wasn't expecting the ending that was apparently really dark and morose.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, this is a Fantastic Four movie. We're supposed to set up a sequel. How are we going to go from here? So they had to scramble and do an ending, and they left him completely out of the process.
Oh, that's upsetting to him.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of, different things here, the director's bad, the studio's fault, the director's bad, the studio's fault.
And we're never going into the full story, sadly, but you can tell they're buddy heads, and he was just having...
Right.
The Fantastic Four should be lighthearted and, colorful, right? And this is not that movie.
No.
They try to go the Batman, let's make everything dark and gloomy and shit.
Kind of. Yeah, it does feel like that. Sue Storm feels like a robot in this. Let's be real.
Well, is she in this, TJ?
No, she's not.
Is any character in this movie?
So let's get to the big controversy about this movie.
The wig?
Casted Michael B. Jordan as Johnny Storm. They cast a black actor instead of... They race swapped them, which makes me mad only because they rewrite the whole backstory for it.
Uh-huh.
Saying, hey, he's... Sue was adopted. It was like, there's no reason for that. But when I watched the movie, it actually didn't bother me.
Oh, it shouldn't have bothered you.
No, it was like, it wasn't as forced in there. It was one throwaway line, and it didn't distract me that they were brothers.
Yeah, they're not gonna harp on it.
Well, yeah, it's whatever. It was fine.
Yeah.
However, reading this line really angered me. The director decided to do it for real-world demographics, meaning because I wanted to make money.
What's wrong with that, TJ?
It's just that's not a reason you change someone's race in something. That just pisses everybody off.
That's exactly the reason you change someone's race in something, TJ.
It adds nothing to the character. There's nothing there for it. It's story-wise, it's garbage. And so it's you're just okay, now we're just, here you go. Here's your token black character here.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? Because what you just said earlier, story-wise, it was fine. They waved it easily, well, she's adopted, so what, guys? Keep going. Who cares?
I don't care that he's black. I care that the reason behind it was disingenuous and profitable. It feels hey, we're just using a black person to make more money.
You're going into how I talk about how much I hate multiverses because money reasons and fan service bullshit. It's obviously you're doing it for a certain thing. There's no way to see around it, and I hate it because of that. That's your argument right now, which is fine.
But fan service is different than almost race-related things.
Why?
It feels a little racist to me. I'm not going to lie.
It's pandering. It's definitely pandering. It's racist in the sense we want the black people money. That's it. Let's get the blacks money. What's wrong with that?
No, not like that. It's we're using this guy's skin color to... It just bothered me on a level. But that's not even the worst part. Right. So, it's fine. It made me mad because it's it was because I'm a white guy. Sure, maybe whatever. I actually but that my opinion you're probably gonna change your tune after when I get to what I think should have happened anyway.
Right.
But
black guy should have died or something.
No, because he changed the race swap. The director, even despite how bad he was at his job at this, got death threats. What are you doing? It's a fucking movie.
Well, yeah, obviously, yeah.
this is not worth somebody's life. Who gives a shit?
It's just art.
Like,
who cares?
It's not worth anybody's life. Don't threaten people.
I agree with that.
It's like, reading this really made me that Trank received numerous death threats. It's to the point where he was sleeping with a gun on his nightstand. It's like,
it's ridiculous, isn't it?
It's like, it's a movie. Grow the fuck up.
Yes. Who cares? Bad or good or whatever you want. Like, who cares? Let's let it be its art.
So this made me even madder about the race swapping thing. That he admitted, the director, that he wanted to make Sue Storm black, which would have fixed everything. Everybody's black.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't need, it wouldn't feel forced. Okay, Johnny Storm or their brothers and stuff. Oh, they're just adopted out of nowhere. And
I don't mind that they're adopted. I like that. Like, I mean, in a bad movie, it's bad, but if they did it in a good movie, like, okay,
yeah,
sure.
like I said, if this movie was,
it's just a bad movie. So it's like, okay, here's another thing I hate about the movie because it's bad writing. But they're adopted. Who cares? Like, I just don't give a shit about that at all.
Right, but like, it's like he wanted a black actress for Sue Storm as well, but apparently the studio wouldn't let them do it.
Yeah.
Now I'm on his side here. Yep. It's like, okay, well, who cares if that's just, a white woman's gonna sell? What? It's garbage too. You should have just made them both black like he wanted them to, and just dealt with the idiots who don't like, oh, look, they're black. Who gives a shit what they think?
This is why race is fun to talk about.
So, like, whatever. So, the whole thing's just a mess.
Yes.
But then...
This is why we need a black Superman. That's what I'm saying. Turn Clark Kent into Brother Kent. I'm watching it.
There is already a fantastic black Superman that is not Clark Kent. That
should do Clark Kent black. That's all I'm asking for, TJ.
No, you're not. You hate that just as much as I do. Anyway.
As long as he's still good Superman, I don't give a shit.
So
he can be Hispanic or Asian. I don't give a
But now, this going on, continuing with the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Yeah.
Well, now they got me on the director's side, but now he freaking screws things up because apparently the main actress, Kate, was like, she alluded to things saying, I wish I had stood up for myself on this film, meaning who knows what he did to her on this film. So now he's a scumbag on top of the studio.
Where's this say this at?
Later that year, Kate Mara admitted that her experience in working on the film was horrible. While she did not go into great detail, she implied that much discomfort came from the questionable directions, stating, I think that speaking up is something that I think that we all probably learn it over and over again, and I regret not doing it.
Well, I don't get, like, how's that make him a scumbag? There's nothing sexual about that unless you're reading into it.
You don't know what he says.
Exactly, but now we can't assume he's saying something sexual.
No, I didn't say it was sexual. He could be just verbally abusing her or being a dick in some way. Yeah. So now he's treating her like garbage.
Maybe he treated everyone like garbage, but she's the only one who spoke up about it.
But that's not better.
No, but like the way this comes out is saying like, oh, I'm the female victim. I'm not trying to say she's not wrong. I'm not. It's just coming off like he's a sexist pig. That's what it's coming off.
I'm not saying. I'm not saying
that.
He's a sexist pig. What I'm saying is he's a scumbag and treated his actors poorly. And from everything that I read about how he's like treated the movie and how he was erratic and everything else, yes. I believe it. All the evidence points to it. I didn't say he was saying. I just said who could imagine what he was capable of during this. Who knows what he's did? That's what I said.
It was just coming off as like, oh, this guy's a sexist pig without hearing why he could be a sexist pig.
Right? No, I didn't say that. I said
it's just that's implications. That's all. I just want some detail.
But like, the implications are there, and combined with all the other evidence, who knows what he did during this movie?
Yeah, we don't know.
Exactly. So, like, now I hate everybody involved except for the actors because it's not their fault.
Oh, they're just doing what they're told to do.
Exactly.
As actors mostly should be doing.
So, it was just a bunch of garbage.
Yes.
Behind the scenes. But
so we covered race, we covered sexism. What else we got behind the scenes, TJ?
So now we're gonna go into, apparently they're gonna do a sequel to this movie. I don't know how or why they decided they were gonna do a sequel to this movie.
Yeah.
But that got canceled because, Fox sold everything to Marvel.
Thank God.
This movie also somehow won a couple awards.
Oh, okay. What kind of awards?
Don't pretend you don't know what I'm talking about.
TJ, I don't know. What kind? Wait, they won awards? What? I guess bad awards, right?
Well, it did win a bunch of them, but it also won a couple actual good awards.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Michael B. Jordan won the Best Actor award for the BET Awards.
Stop.
But he also won it for Creed.
Okay. That makes. I was about to go off and like, there's no way he just wins it for this awful movie.
Apparently, he won for this movie and Creed. I don't know how you get 2 awards for Best Actor. But
yeah, you don't get 2 awards for Best Actor. You get 1 for one good movie.
All I'm saying, it says BET Awards, Best Actor, Michael B. Jordan, also for Creed. It says also for Creed.
It should be just for Creed alone, not for this movie, because maybe he's just showed his versatility of being a bad movie and a good movie. Like, okay, he can do both, and we like him still for a good movie. Could be that. Who knows?
It also won the CinemaCon Assembly Award. I don't know what that is.
Assemble, like a team movie, I guess, like Avengers and shit like that.
I guess. I don't know, but I mean, it is the guys. It is for the actors themselves. So
yeah, but maybe, like they weren't good in this.
Maybe they're the only assemble.
That's like by default. I guess we gotta give them something, guys. So
I don't.
What else did we review this year?
I don't know. We did review Avengers this year.
That's what I'm saying, and that had a great table scene. So,
and I think we also
has some assembly in it.
No, Ant-Man wouldn't be an assembly.
Right here. We did Justice League, we did Ant-Man, we did Batman, we did Age of Ultron, Batman, Justice League, Big Hero 6.
Okay, so maybe it was just Avengers.
Well, I don't know if that was this year or last year.
No. I think I was going to say Guardians and X-Men, I think, were last year.
Okay, but either way, Age of Ultron.
Yeah, I mean, it's an adventure. Maybe they just felt bad giving Avengers everything. They were like, well, throw you a bone here.
At least they were charismatic and likable and actually had depth to them, the characters.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just telling you.
I know. There's just no way this makes any kind of positive award besides being a fully made movie. Hey, it's a movie. Right. There's that. It's got a middle, beginning, and end.
Let's go into the band awards now. Because it won a few Golden Raspberry Awards.
Oh, the raspberries.
It won Worst Picture.
Fair.
We'll get into that later.
It's not worst.
It won Worst Director. Probably earned.
Yeah, probably earned, yeah.
And it also won Worst Prequel, Remake, Ripoff, or Sequel. I don't think it falls into any of those categories.
It's a remake.
It's not. A remake would be... This is a retelling.
It's not splitting hairs. You know my thing. It's retelling. It's all the same goddamn thing.
A remake, see, I look at it in video game terms. Like, a remake is taking a game that was made on PlayStation 1 and taking the same exact game and just updating it into a new console.
That's remastering.
No, remastering is just upgrading the characters.
Same goddamn thing.
From the ground up, taking that game and updating the characters, the story, and everything else. But it's still the same thing as a whole.
Well, guess what, TJ? This is a movie, not a game, so.
But this would be like taking the 2005 story of the Fantastic Four and just retelling it and upgrading it for a modern audience. But this is
you're telling an origin story. So like, who cares?
But no,
there's 3. We've talked about there's 3 origin stories we've seen.
But this is
slightly different. But like, okay, origin stories.
But it's not, because it's not the same telling.
Splitting hairs.
And I'm not splitting hairs, because the origin story they told in the 2005 is not the same origin they told here. There's a completely different way they got their powers.
Yeah, I'll give you that, yes.
So it's not a remake. It's a retelling.
Remake, TJ.
No, it's not.
Oh, they remade Fantastic Four, or they're retelling it. How are you going to say it? I'm going to say remake. Same goddamn thing.
Here's a perfect example. The Annie movie from the 80s retold to 2050. That's a remake.
Yeah.
That because it's the same story, just updated for a modern audience. This is not.
Sure, let's agree to disagree.
Okay.
The best I can give you, because to me it's all splitting hairs. I don't give a call it what you want to call it.
No,
either way, it's a bad movie. End of the day, it doesn't matter to me. You're taking an origin, and you're just going to tell it however you want to tell it. Whether it's a retelling, a remake, whatever you want to call it.
But it's different.
It's the same.
There's difference. It's a different telling.
How are you going to market it? It's still marketing it. I'm like, the retelling, the remake. Same.
No, they didn't say any of that. They said, look, we have a new Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah. Hey, we're redoing the origin, guys. Like, who asked for that?
Yeah,
no
but
one. Here you go.
But they don't advertise we're redoing the origin. They say we're doing a new Fantastic Four movie. Look,
I know. But I'm saying, like, I think advertising-wise, it's not about people. Oh, it's a retelling, not a remake. I'm out. Vice versa. I don't think anyone gives a fuck. It's just semantics. Like,
some people do.
Well, they're idiotic. It's the same people that care about race of a character. Who cares? As long as the character's written well and the story's pretty good, I don't care. Or the sex, the gender, the race, I don't care.
But it matters. It matters from a
moron standpoint.
From a categorization standpoint.
That's all the same. That's why it says worst prequel, remake, ripoff. Because if it kept
that's why I think that movie doesn't deserve that award, because it's none of them.
Stop, TJ. If they added retelling, would you be okay with that?
Yes, then I would.
They don't want to add so many adding words to it. That's all it comes down to.
They already added 4. What difference is... That's a stupid name anyway. Why not?
Who cares? Exactly. We're fighting over a dumb award anyways. It happened in 2015. Who cares?
You're the one that brought us out at the fight.
You're the one that brought it up, man. You're like, I don't.
Yeah, I know. You should have just agreed with me.
I'm not going to agree with it because it's splitting hairs over dumb shit.
It's not splitting hairs.
Anyway, so it also won an award for Golden Schmoes Awards for the worst movie of the year.
It did win 2 Golden Schmo Awards for worst movie and biggest disappointment of the year. Which
I don't believe that because I think
I disagree with that one too. Was anyone excited for this movie?
I don't think anyone was. Maybe some Fantastic Four fan like nah, it's the biggest. It's like we expected this, and especially because I remember when this came out, everyone knew all the behind the scenes shit going on. Like, oh, it's not going to be good,
right? Now this movie also won the St. Louis Gateway Films Critic Association for worst film. Again, I don't think this is the worst film.
I think it probably falls into the argument that you usually make about stuff. If it's mediocre to that's pretty bad. And that's pretty much a mediocre to movie at best. It's not a great movie. It's nothing more than a 5, I'll tell you that. So people can see it like, well, since it was after all the shit we went through, it's pretty goddamn bad. I wasted an hour and 40 minutes of my life to see an movie.
That's fair.
That's the argument, yeah.
But I will say this about the canceled sequel. That just adds to how bad this movie has perceived.
Yeah.
It says in September 2015, Tommy Wiseau expressed enthusiasm in directing a sequel because he had a personal admiration for the film.
Gross. I'm so glad it doesn't exist. I'm so goddamn glad.
Anyway, so that's that.
And for those who don't know who Tommy Wiseau is, he did The Room, like notoriously the best worst film ever made.
Yes.
So I refuse to watch.
So one more thing that I want to point out in this. This is the 3rd worst ranked Rotten Tomato superhero movie.
Okay, let me guess for the series we've done so far, I guess.
Yes.
I'm gonna the first one is Catwoman.
Well, it's a tie.
Oh.
But one of them is Catwoman.
And the other one, did we already review it so far?
Yes.
Worst superhero movie, Catwoman this. These are Marvel.
I will say this. This is the worst ranked Marvel movie.
This one.
Yes, at a 9%.
So this is Marvel, that was DC, and the other one's gonna be I should know this. It's either Supergirl, which I don't think it is, or it's gonna be that shitty Joel Schumacher movie.
Which one?
The last one.
Batman and Robin?
Yeah, that's the last one, I think.
Batman and Robin is the last one. Let me get the actual numbers here. Catwoman had an 8%, which totally deserved. Probably is the worst superhero movie.
Yeah, it's abysmal.
I don't actually agree with the Supergirl one, though.
Neither do I, but I think that's probably in the bottom because people know.
You were right, though. It was Supergirl.
Yeah, I don't agree with it, but that's going to be the one.
Yeah. Supergirl and Catwoman are tied at 8%. I don't think Supergirl deserves the 8%.
No, it's actually a pretty solid movie retrospectively. Like, this is not that bad. It's bad, but it's not the worst thing ever.
Catwoman also had an 8%, but Batman and Robin had a 12%.
God, yeah, just narrowly beat out. It's 12.
It's tied with Steel.
Even that one wasn't that bad.
But that wasn't really a superhero.
No, but it still wasn't that bad. I think that was a fun, campy one. I think Supergirl was a fun, campy one.
Yes, but yeah, this has 9%. And I will even say, this doesn't deserve a 9%.
No.
Not single digits.
No. Especially I want to hate this movie. No, it doesn't.
No. So
it's not as bad as I remember.
I'm just going into the movie. We're almost going into it. This movie was not as bad as everyone said it was.
No. When I first saw it, I really hated this movie. And I wasn't because of the hype or anything, because I sat through when I was younger. I was like, this is bad. But I'm just going back, it's not that bad.
I'm just going to say this now. This movie is just a generic, bland superhero movie. It's no worse than something like Suicide Squad.
Well, that's why the people say this is bad, because it's like you said, we sat in a facility for 40 minutes. Like, really? Not even getting to see them test their powers. We're just seeing them.
But like, I understand that. And I get the complaints, but like some people really like that Suicide Squad movie. But like I don't, yeah,
it's a solid movie.
So I was like, so I don't understand why this movie in particular. I guess it must be all the behind the scenes stuff. It must be all the stuff that comes with it that gets hate. Because as a movie, by itself. That.
And it's also, what else? Again, Avengers came out that year too, the second one. So it's like, we see what.
But everyone hated that at the time too.
They did, but it was still had a high score though. So like, we see what movies can be versus what this is.
Yeah, sure. I guess in comparison to what we were getting at the time, sure. But Age of Ultron actually scored. Where is it? Ragnarok, Guardians 2, Logan, Deadpool. Age of Ultron 78.
Which isn't bad. Not great by any means.
Yeah,
but
it's average.
Yeah, I don't remember how I feel with the movie. Probably, it was an M movie. I don't recall. Yeah, but I remember that. I remember we talked about the action scenes were kind of overly done.
Yeah, we argued about it for a while.
Yeah,
I liked it more than you did.
Yeah, but overall, it's still a good movie.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah,
but like, I just don't get all the hate for this movie. This is not the worst superhero movie I've ever seen by a long shot.
No. But it isn't good either, and that's the problem.
No, this is still the worst Fantastic Four movie that I've ever seen.
To bring back a colorful family and make them this, it's like, oh.
Yeah. And it has nothing to do with race swap or anything like that. It's just an average, bland superhero movie.
I'll say below average, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like,
that's the problem. Like there's like no character development. The characters don't really interact with each other in a way that makes it like, oh, we see why Ben is hated by so and so, and we don't see the love. We just don't see anything. It's just like, oh, the characters gotta talk. It's like it looks like actors reading off a script. Like, oh, okay, right. Getting through this movie, I guess, huh?
So before we can go, like, I mean, we're already diving into a review of the movie, but I still got trailers. So,
oh, God, okay, what trailers you get?
Digital HD. Put your Blu-ray collection on your digital HD.
Yeah.
Now I bring this up because the digital collection. No, if you don't digital things can go away. Physical media is important.
Always has been, and always will be.
Yep,
always will be. You can't prove me wrong on that one either.
All right, now to go on a different tangent here. I kind of miss Fox.
What?
I kind of miss Fox distributing because I got a unique plethora of trailers instead of just the same old Marvel garbage.
Oh, wait, TJ, so like what's about last week? It was like last week we were talking about this, right? How I was on like, anti-monopoly bullshit. So was I right?
What, anti-monopoly? Well, as far as I'm anti-monopoly too, but that doesn't mean I don't like the fact that Marvel got control of the characters.
I hate it. But so why do you miss Fox then?
Well, because I got a unique array of trailers here. I didn't get all superhero trailers here, and I was like, oh, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Ah, the good old days. So what you get?
So the first trailer I got was Victor Frankenstein.
Oh, yeah.
That actually looked pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
It's up your alley, TJ.
It is up my alley. I thought it looked pretty decent, so that was funny. I also got Hitman Agent 47.
We talked about that last week.
Yeah, but I actually saw the trailer for it this time.
How do you feel about it?
It looks terrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrible. It misses the completely the point of the video games. And the video games, you're just a hitman. Killing people. That's it. Or you're working for an organization or you're fighting against an organization. And this one, they're like genetically enhanced people or some bullshit. Yes. And then there's an added female character who's the same. And it's like, this is garbage.
Well, again, I think the first one was too loyal to the game probably, and it didn't sell enough. So I figured, it, superheroes are popular. Let's just do that, I guess.
Yeah, well, no, it's garbage. It looks garbage, and it maybe not be interested at all.
That's sad.
And then I got a trailer for Maze Runner: Scorched Trials, which apparently is a sequel to a Maze Runner series that I didn't know had sequels. So anyway, I got a trailer for The Martian.
Yeah.
It's the first time I actually seen the trailer for that. It actually looks like a good movie.
Well, it's the first time I've seen the trailer for that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just knew it was Matt Damon in space.
Yeah. No, it's a solid movie.
But yeah, it looked decent, actually, seeing that. Then I got a trailer for Spectre 007. Which really I actually, when I saw it too, I was like, is that like the Spectre, like the superhero?
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but no, it's not that.
No, it was the 007 Spectre movie, and I was like, oh, I didn't ever see that one, which made me want to go back, to watch some James Bond stuff. And then the Transporter Refueled.
Yeah, so we talked about all these movies last week, so it's funny.
The Transporter, wasn't that?
Jason Statham. Yeah,
this wasn't Jason Statham.
No, this is the third or fourth. It's probably the fourth one in the series, I think. So
okay, so Jason Statham didn't do all of them.
No.
So this must be like, because I didn't recognize the actor. I was like, who the frick is this guy? I thought this was supposed to be Jason Statham. I was like, oh, this is, so I guess it's just like, one of those directive DVD kind of things. Yeah,
it's like, oh, okay, they just had a contract to make money, I guess.
All right. That's all my trailers now. Oh. But it was unique, different kinds of trailers and stuff.
Okay.
So
not bad.
Yeah.
The good old days, TJ, the good old days.
So, I'm down curious. Does Disney own James Bond? No way.
It's possible.
Yeah.
James. Although Robert, the Broccoli family, who currently owns the rights to James Bond? Eon Productions Limited, Wilson Broccoli family.
Bond that's the book rights, I think.
Sony.
I guess the family owns.
Yeah.
Or Metro Goldwyn and Mayer Studios kind of owns them.
Makes sense.
MGM is still around?
I guess so.
I didn't know MGM was still around.
Who owns MGM?
I don't know.
Disney.
Who owns MGM?
No, they're on their own thing. Parent organization, MGM Holdings, MGM Myers. Inc. Yeah, they're still their own thing.
What's the last movie they made? Let's find out.
They're almost 100 years old. Holy shit.
Oh, they made the new Addams Family.
Oh, yeah, well, that didn't do that right. They did Magnificent Seven, 13 Lives, which came out recently, I guess. Samaritan.
Oh, they did Creed stuff.
I'm looking at their shit. Like, the popular MGM movies currently are not good.
No, like, I'm looking at their highest grossing films in North America. The top top 6 are James Bond.
Wow, this is fascinating.
And then Creed and Rocky they own.
They did the 2014 RoboCop remake.
It's all James Bond and Rocky. We got some G.I. Joe in there, Addams Family.
You know Disney's sitting in the corner. Oh, God, we can't wait to buy you.
Yeah. They also own Legally Blonde, apparently, too.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, well, now we know.
That's an iconic name.
Exactly.
MGM, so it's like, what do they own?
Well, anyways, anything else, TJ?
No, we can go into it proper. They also own Flipper and the Pink Panther, by the way. If you're curious.
So I guess the box office out the way, the trailers out the way, behind the scenes out the way, MGM's out the way. Let's get into this. And
Teen Wolf too.
Okay.
Poltergeist and Teen Wolf, Bill and Ted, Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
Barbershop. They own Barbershop. Hot Tub Machine. What, you did it to me earlier.
I know. Let you do your thing.
Apparently they did it to Hobbit too.
That's not good series.
Anyway, now you may continue.
You sure?
Yes. Well, I will say, the first half hour of this movie, I was into it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was actually into it until I realized this was the whole movie.
Yeah. Like, okay, we're gonna do something, and like,
it felt like it was leading up to something good.
And it stops. Okay, I guess we should do. So yeah, we start off with the fair. We start off meeting Reed as a kid, 10, I guess, whatever. Yes. And he's the smart kid. He's a genius. He's a savant. It's like, I know how to make things and portals and stuff. And here, my best friend now, Ben. So I'm gonna take some stuff from your family because you're coming from a broken home. And so they're friends, and Reed has the idea to make a teleporter, and it's a science fair. He makes a teleporter that works, but his teacher doesn't believe him. There's a magic trick, even though he teleported right in front of his face.
That was stupid.
Very
dumb. Like it's like you're how are you a science teacher?
Yeah, it's just like even if it was a magic trick, I'd be like, okay, how'd you do that, kid?
Yeah, like seriously,
yes. It's
stupid.
How'd you do that? Because that's magic.
Like the characterization in this is garbage because
one note.
Yeah, they're not only one note, all the characters are the same. They're all geniuses except for Ben. It's like, since when is Johnny Storm a genius?
Right?
And since when is Sue Storm a genius? I mean, she's smart, but she's not like Reed Richards' genius. No. He's the one that creates stuff. It's like, why is Ben Grimm a part of any of this? At least in the other stuff, he was like a pilot, and that's why he was involved. He's just here because he's my friend.
Yeah, and that's fine, but like, give him something. I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a hero one day. Something. Give these characters something to care about these characters about.
Ben Grimm disappears from this movie and then is just brought back in because the movie needed him to be part of it.
Because he's a part of the movie. So, God. So at the science fair, for some reason, a secret agent group is here monitoring because he's got connections here for some. He's just here to be here. Storm's.
No, there's no secret agent.
No, the storm. Why is he here?
Because he recruits kids.
But why is he here though? Did he know the kid was making a teleporter and they had to keep track of him and shit like that?
No, he just happened to be scouting at this science
That's fair. Stupid. He brings Sue Storm with him because.
Well, here's the thing. When I saw Sue Storm and saw him in same age as Reed Richards, I was like, oh, that's good.
Okay, so that's a plus for you. That's good. Yeah, that's solid. Like, she's not a kid in this. Like, gross.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay. Reed Richards is not going to be a groomer in this one. Okay.
Yeah. So they see that.
So I will give modern Fantastic Four that this one and even mid 2000s.
They're self-aware. Like, we can't have that.
Yeah.
That's clearly wrong, right, guys? We can't hand wave that. We can hand wave race swapping. We can't hand wave gender.
You don't need the hand wave race swapping as long as you write it fine enough.
You can't write fine enough grooming and shit like that. Yeah, you can't.
No, there's no justification for it.
You can't have a 20-year-old move the hair of a 16-year-old's face. Like, you look really pretty today. That's gross. That's so gross. Anyways. The scientist recruits.
Wait, no. See, that's where you're wrong. You said 20-year-old. Reed Richards was like.
I was trying to be generous.
30.
I was trying to be generous. That diaper you're wearing got me going.
I would argue 20 to 16 is not actually that bad because they're still kind of kids.
It's not, but
but like 30 to 16 is a little much.
Listen, she's half my age. What can I say?
At least wait 2 years.
Oh God. Anyways, what's the Storm's father's called? Professor Storm.
Yes,
Professor Storm recruits Ben and Reed to do a secret project of teleporting stuff, and they go and they start working on it. They meet Victor Doom. He gets recruited back because it used to be his project.
Victor Von Doom.
Victor Von Doom. It used to be his project. He used to be a smart guy, but he stopped doing it because the man kind of reasons.
He didn't used to be a smart guy. He is a smart guy.
Well, he is, but he hasn't really gone into his ambitions because, again, screw the establishment and stuff.
Oh yeah, Victor Von Doom's storyline in this is garbage.
Yeah,
his motivation, it's like, oh, the world's destroying itself. Yeah. Whatever.
Yep. And so they all come back for the project, and for some reason they get, like I said, Johnny Storm, because you gotta do it.
Johnny Storm's reckless and crashed his car, so his dad's making him work for him, but because he's a genius.
Yeah, because his dad's a genius, so thereby he's a genius too. Runs in the family.
But they're both adopted, aren't they?
Yeah, whatever. Anyway. And so they all work on the project to make a teleporting thing, and it works.
It sounds like Dr. Storm's just collecting very smart people for his creepy projects.
Yes.
Collecting all these smart kids and like locking them in a lab.
Yeah. And they make this teleportation machine, and it works. It teleports to another planet, Planet Zero, which is really cool.
Dimension, by the way.
Dimension and planet, same thing.
No, it's not.
Same thing. Anyways, it's not.
Completely different thing.
Yes. So they make this thing, and they want to go on it, and like, hey, since we made it, we should be the ones going and do it. No. You shouldn't. That's stupid.
Actually, I agree with you. It's like, maybe you should get NASA to go. At least they know they won't screw it up.
And if they die, they didn't make it, so you guys can redo this thing. Yeah, why would you go on your own test flight? That's really stupid.
Like, I get their arguments, Buzz Aldrin, but you don't know the guy who created the thing.
Okay, but did he make the fucking thing? No, it's ridiculous, but
I get their point of view.
Yeah.
It's just coming from a place of stupidity.
Yes, and I
wouldn't even say stupidity. I would say arrogance.
It's arrogance, and remember, they're kids, so it's like, okay, the kids would think that. So like that's fine. They're teenagers, so yeah, it makes sense. Or 20-year-old, whatever. But there's the bad evil guy. He's played by whoever the his name was. And he's like, nah, we're getting NASA. I'm part of the man, so yeah, I'm the bad guy for some reason. But the kids are like, nah.
Well,
man.
He's the bad guy because he wants to use it for military applications.
Well, that too.
God, the military's terrible and they can never do any good.
Yes, which is Anyways,
it's just I just don't like the black and white of it all.
Yeah, there's no middle.
Some military things. Sometimes the military is good.
Sometimes, yes.
We have a military for a reason.
Yes, and I'm even pro-military, and I agree with that. Oh my god, so stupid this movie. So it's because it's very like, F the man, put that in the script. Like there's no. As I'm explaining this is as much thought this movie gives you. So like I can't really go deeper than that. So they're like sad, so they start drinking. And they're like, you know what? We should do it anyways. Let's go do the test pilot software and stuff. Let's go to this other dimension. Sue, you stay back here, girl. I got a guy friend coming.
Yeah, I hated that. Why isn't Sue along for the ride?
She's a girl. She can't go. My friend who wasn't a part of this at all, he gets to come. What?
She can't come, and yet she's not even in part of it. She's just in the room and happens to get powers. I saw other people around her. How come they don't have powers? Where are their powers?
Because she's part of the family, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's stupid.
It's garbage.
So they go on. The guys go on this stupid thing. They go put a flag on this planet, and they go rock climbing. And this is so. They do the dumbest. I hate when movies make scientists do dumb things because the story has to happen. Like they step away from their shuttle. They climb down a thing. They mess with the environment. Guess what? They trigger something to happen. It starts reacting violently. Makes them have to run back.
I mean, at the same time, though, it's like, hey, there's some energy over there. Scientists, they want to figure out what's going on with it. Like, granted, they should have been more careful, but I get the curiosity aspect of it.
Bring a rover. Bring anything else. Bring that monkey with you. Here, monkey, go touch that.
But
there's literally other ways you could do that besides.
You also have to take in consideration that 3 of them are still drunk.
Yeah, yes.
And they're not supposed to do this.
Yeah, I know. But it's just.
So that part didn't really bother me as much. It's like, okay, there's stupid kids doing stupid things.
Yes. But it's like, even if I was drunk though, but like I don't get drunk. When I get drunk, I'm not gonna touch that green ground. That green
Yeah, but some
radioactive
people
shit.
do get drunk and do
That's
that.
true, and that's where you hear like, oh, so and so died by putting a fucking fire explosive on their head.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
If someone does die,
I know. So
because of this.
Literally, Victor Doom gets swallowed by the planet. It's like, no. And Reed's like, I'll be back for you. And they're like,
I thought
dead.
I thought them leaving him behind was also stupid.
Why?
Because they should have brought him back and he should have become Doctor Doom that way.
Yes.
Instead of whatever they did with him later.
Yes.
I don't know what the hell that was, but that wasn't Doctor Doom later.
But they needed a reason to go back and do things. And
why? Why do they need to go back?
Because they had to get out the facility somehow in the movie, TJ.
Well, you know what you could have done? You could still have the facility thing, have Doctor Doom escape instead of have Reed Richard abandon his friends for whatever god reason. Have Doctor Doom escape, become a supervillain, and then have the people at the facility realize, oh shit, we have superpowers. He could go stop him, and then they could go stop Doctor Doom and have a proper superhero story instead of having this convoluted garbage story.
TJ, that makes so much sense, TJ. Why would you do that? It makes too much sense. I know. Let's do it this way. Let's just do it where they leave Doom behind and dies.
Like what I just suggested isn't even good.
No, but
it's just generic, basic superhero storytelling. Yes. It's like that would have been way better than what we got. Yeah. I don't know what this is that we got here.
Just not thought out movie. Like it's okay visually.
It's like okay, like I said, it's fine.
It's a confidently put in the main movie, but it's nothing good.
It's like it's just there.
Yeah.
Like, and you're gonna get into how they're all just trapped in the facility, and that's the rest of the movie.
Yes.
Like when I looked at the time, and they were still at the facility, I was like, "Where is the climax of this movie?"
And the climax just like, oh, we have to do something here. They do this, and they do it, and they get it. Like the climax is like 5 minutes of that's it.
Yeah,
what?
Apparently, actually, and the funny thing is. Like, I paid attention to the movie throughout the whole thing. Yeah. Once we got to the climax and the fight and stuff, I was like, I stopped paying attention.
Yeah.
I started doing other things. Also, this movie, I think, is what started the popular trend of skyport.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, this is our first time truly seeing a skybeam.
So, yeah, I think that we can blame Fantastic Four for skybeam.
No, because we saw it in Man of Steel, but this one also capitalized on that. Because there was that dubstep trying to terraform Earth.
But that's not a skybeam.
No, this is a true skybeam.
This is a skybeam.
Yeah. So thanks, Fantastic Four.
Yeah, thanks for starting that trend for the next 4 years.
So, yeah, they get back in the spaceship, they come back, but Johnny Storm catches on fire, he becomes the Human Torch. Ben gets rocks in his thing, he becomes Rockman. Reed stretches for some reason, and Sue gets an energy blast when they land. She gives Invisible Girl? That's her character name?
Invisible Girl.
That's a dumb name.
That's her name.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Wait.
No, I'm sorry. It's Invisible Woman.
Okay, that's what it is.
Not girl. Yeah. God forbid.
So that's how they get their powers, and now they're in a facility in Area 51, 52.
And I hope you like being in this facility for the next 40 hours, because
the next 2/3 of the movie is them here. They're not okay. So they wake up the powers, Reed freaks out and disappears. Okay, cool. And then we just get like a guy saying, Here's specimen 1. He ran away. He's got things. Specimen 2 does this. He flies. Like they tell us what's going on, but they don't show us them learning the powers and adapting.
Right.
They don't show us any of this.
No, they don't. Why did Reed run away?
Because he's gonna. I don't know. And how would he run away? It's Area 51, right? How the get out of there?
No, it's Area 54.
So Area 50, whatever. How did he get out of there? Is it government control field? Whatever. So
they show him get him out through the vents, but whatever.
So he runs after that.
But he runs. Yeah, I know
in the snow.
Because they have the worst security ever.
Apparently,
and he can change his shape and his face.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that until I assume like a year into it, right? So
that's fine. But actually, him escaping, whatever. I just don't know why he left in the first place. What was he trying to accomplish here?
No idea.
Like, sure, he doesn't want to be used for military application, but he doesn't know that's what they're going to do with that at first. He doesn't, and even if he was, he could he's got superpowers, so does his friends.
Exactly.
Stick with your friends, combine your powers, escape that way if you really want to do it. Why are you abandoning everybody?
If you're so guilt-stricken, I'm like, I need to fix this. You stay where they have the materials to fix this and where it happens.
It just made him look not only like a scumbag, which he is, but also stupid. stupid and incompetent.
Very, very much so. I guess they needed okay, we gotta blow the budget somewhere. So I guess
we needed a fight scene somewhere in the middle of the movie. So let's have the Fantastic Four fight each other because that's not a trope at this point. God. And then they could come together at the end and fight Doctor Doom or Doctor Planet guy because that's not Doctor Doom.
No, it's because somehow they learn how to work together. Maybe we don't know.
Yeah, they just automatically. And then the movie turns into a horror movie when they fight Doctor Doom later for 5 minutes for some reason.
Yeah, because so he escapes Reed. They do their bullshit. They go get him, and they somehow go back to the planet, and they see Victor's still alive a year later somehow because he got infused.
How?
The planet kept me alive.
Yeah, no water, no food.
But the planet, the planet did it, man.
Yeah. Whatever.
And so they bring him back. He doesn't want to be there, and he wants to leave. They're like, no, you can't leave. He's like, okay, I'll just murder you all by blowing your heads up because reasons. And they don't let him. Why don't they let him go back? Like, why do they need him there?
They want him to tell him everything about the planets so they have less risk.
But sure, but he just blew up so many people's heads. I mean, I guess that's fair.
I mean, they were in the middle of questioning him, and then he's like, I'm not doing this. And then he just started blowing up. And there was no chance.
Get out of here. Yeah. But no, he does that. The Fantastic Four's gotta go get him because now he's destroying the planet.
Yeah, because he's gonna create a black hole on our planet, destroy it, so that we can't go and destroy his planet. Apparently. What is this story? This is the guy that's supposed to take over Latveria?
Yep.
This is the guy that's supposed to be the main villain of the Fantastic Four?
Yes.
Does he die at the end? Did I see him get disintegrated at the end of this movie? Did they just kill off Dr. Doom in a Fantastic Four movie?
Since we don't see his body, we don't know he's dead, TJ.
We saw him disintegrate.
We saw him maybe teleport. Who knows?
I guess that's fair. They could have been teleported.
We don't know. It's ambiguous enough to have a sequel.
It looks like, but it looked like that's what I mean. This is a movie that's supposed to have a sequel, and they're killing off Doctor Doom.
Probably.
What are you doing?
Well, they don't know what they're doing.
This is as bad as the '89 Batman series, where every movie they're killing off a new villain. It's like, why are you killing off your villains if you're having sequels?
Especially the main one.
Yeah,
that's the main Fantastic Four villain.
Can you you're a basic you're like a commoner when it comes to superheroes and stuff. You don't know anything about comics. Name me one other Fantastic Four villain. Exactly,
the guy who eats worlds.
Galactus. But Galactus is
more he's not.
They're not gonna really.
No.
It's very rare when they use Galactus.
Yeah.
But besides Galactus,
you're not gonna kill Doom off. It's Doom, exactly.
Yeah. Who else? Name me one other Fantastic Four villain.
Each other.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just bad. It's bad. So they go back to Doom. They kick his ass somehow, and they say
in a very boring, bland fight scene. Like I was in and out. Did he literally use fire to stop Johnny Storm and rock to stop Bren Grimm?
Yes.
It's like, that's so stupid.
And we just established that he could blow people's heads up. Why not do it here?
Yeah, right.
Maybe you can't blow Ben's up, but you can blow up the other three's heads.
Or maybe the energy's in them and stopping them to do it. Yeah. But whatever. This is stupid. Yeah.
But anyway, they kick his ass. They might kill him. Who knows? And they come back, the heroes, but they want their own facility. So they get their own facility somewhere else. And they get together and say, "What's her name? We're the Fantastic." And credits.
Yeah, we get a stupid Avengers ending, which they did not earn.
Nope.
And I actually hate that the team's got to come up with their own name. That's for the Avengers, it's fine because they don't really come. I guess they came up with it in the movies, but it was like the cutoff is Avengers Assemble.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's not like, hey, we're going to name the name. The name should be organic. Like, the news should be telling us the names of this.
Yeah, like these Fantastic Four are doing great. There we go.
That's how we get the team name. The team should not be coming up, what should I name them? Fantastic Four. So
now, if you want the bit of, Johnny keeps calling himself, we're the Human Torch at the Jets, they keep saying that, whatever. But someone else calls them Fantastic Four.
Yeah, someone else should be coming up with the team name. It should be like a news anchor or a newspaper or something.
Yes. Yeah, just
like Lois Lane named Superman, and so it's just how it should be. It's kind of lame that you name yourself that.
Very. You give yourself your own nickname. That's not going to stick. We're going to give your own nickname to you. That's how that works.
Yeah, you don't get to name yourself. Give yourself a nickname. It's not how nicknames are.
But yeah, that's the Fantastic Four 2015.
Yeah, and there's no after credits.
Yeah, no, after credits, I sat through that shit like, where's the credits at? Nothing.
I just fast forward.
Well, yeah, so did I. Well, I was being like extra. But, yeah, no after credits. Yeah. No character development, no funness, no color, no after credits. It's just
it's a bad movie, just not the worst movie I've ever seen. That's what I was expecting.
Yeah, same. Again, when I first saw it, I hated it. After seeing it again, like, okay, it wasn't dreadful. It's just not good. Like, I wouldn't recommend it.
It's generic. It's like, it's sad that I say, if you want to watch a Fantastic Four movie, watch the Roger Corman.
If you can find it, go watch that one. That's clearly the best.
I'm sure I think it's on YouTube.
I think so. Yeah.
That's clearly the best one, and it's not even that great. But
but in comparison, it's like an Oscar-worthy movie.
So I guess we should score it, huh?
Yeah, this boring movie.
I mean, I guess it's fitting, right? 4.
I was at a 4 too, but like
I think it's fitting that it gets a 4.
I guess.
It's not a 1 or 2. It could be a 3, but I actually don't. I think it's bland enough and average enough to be a 4.
Yeah, like it's not bad and like bad enough to be like this movie.
Like if you want to take in like all the behind the scenes shit and stuff, it would get a worse score. But as a movie, nah, it's just a 4.
It's being generous though. I think a 4's too high and a 3's too low. That's where I'm at right now. Like
like for me, it's a 4 because like I was actually into it for the first half hour or so. Like there was moments where I actually thought this movie could be pretty decent.
Yeah.
So like it had the potential to be there, and they did some things right. It's just
that.
No, I'm like,
I'll nitpick some things. Like the nitpick for me was like, okay, these actors are clearly in their 30s, are playing high schoolers. Like this is ridiculous.
I don't know. Yeah, that's
like
true.
That kind of like
I actually thought they were going to get different actors as they became the Fantastic Four.
No.
Yeah, I thought they were aging them up, like slowly giving me different actors, but no, they stuck with the second set of actors.
Yeah, which is fine, but don't make them high schoolers or whatever the hell they were.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, because Kai clearly has a receding hairline. He's not in high school. Or maybe he is. Who knows? He's got bad genetics. Stuff like that. Like I said, just again, I won't keep harping on it. The character development is not there. Just no team building or fun. You see them in a montage talking to each other, but you don't you don't feel it.
Is this movie good looking? No, I didn't think so. I didn't notice anything.
There's some moments where it's okay, it's passable, but a lot of the special effects are just trash.
I mean, I guess the stretch and special effects was okay.
That was good. Yeah, those were the ones that are passing.
Like their powers were okay, even though the thing looked a little off.
Yeah, he looked a little rocky, but not in a good way.
Yeah. But the powers seemed fine.
Yeah, but I wanted more powers. I wanted them to
we spent half the movie in a prison cell essentially.
Yeah. God, I don't know. I don't want to give this. Like 3 is probably too low. I want to probably say 4, but I feel that's too high.
I'm definitely at a 4.
Yeah,
it's just fitting that it gets a 4.
It is. I'll give it a 4 as well. I guess
it gets a point for each character.
If you want to say those characters in it. Yeah, that's Fantastic Four. And the music was terrible too. Like it was just too much.
Yeah, I didn't even hear it, honestly. I didn't notice it at all.
It was just too on the nose. It was nothing like fun. But yeah, Fantastic Four is a 4.
Yeah, not as bad as I thought it was, but still garbage.
Yeah. Not the worst, but garbage nonetheless.
Yeah. So I wonder what the next worst movie we have coming up.
And that's for them to find out and stay tuned for, right?
Bye.